Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. Yes, many thanks for keeping faith with us. Some few hours ago, this news went very viral. What happened to Peter Obi in Heathrow Airport at about I think on a Good Friday on the 7th of April. Of course, many Nigerians were asking how true is it? Is it real or not? Well, it looks like the media team have also decided to put a voice on that so that many Nigerians who do not understand how true or how real it is will probably get to I'll probably get to read what they said from the media office of Labour Party. And of course, one of the foremost senators who have over time been speaking in parables, I would say he likes to speak in a lot of proverbs, have also said to drop another proverb that if you are not so used to his manner of speech, you would think he loves to say or loves to support the negative narrative. No, he said something that I should share because it's also a way of making the Obidients realize the very voice they are making, the noise, the shouts they are making on social media is what is keeping Nigeria from going to tyranny. In a moment, we're going to get all those juicy details into one. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it to say bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's quickly head to this whole issue of UK immigration official harassment with Peter Obi and all that. But the Obi Datti media office has said, despite the harassment of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, by immigration officials in the United Kingdom, his resolve to pursue his stolen mandate using the judiciary process remains unshakable. Wow. According to the news, in a statement signed by the head of the office, made by Bangado, in a statement signed by the head of the office, Diona Onifade in Abuja, as at Wednesday today, the media office noted that Obi, who was in London for the Easter holidays, has returned safely to Nigeria. Yes. Onifade stated, Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate, has confirmed that he was harassed by London immigration officials and would have been detained but for the irrational reaction of Nigerians at Heathrow Airport. Peter Obi recently returned from London, United Kingdom, where he celebrated Easter. Report has it that the Obi Datti media office can confirm that the Labour Party presidential candidate in the February 25th presidential election arrived at Heathrow Airport in London from Nigeria on Good Friday, April 7, 2023, and queued up for the required airport protocols when he was approached by an immigration official who handed him a detention note and told him to move aside. For a man who had lived for more than 10 years, it seemed exceedingly surprising that he was interrogated for such a long time. Because Obi's face was already recognized around the world, particularly by Nigerians, Africans at home, and diaspora residents who are likely to be obedient, the crowd rapidly raised their voice in inquiry as to why he was being held up. The immigration officers, who were also surprised by the crowd's response, were compelled to admit that Obi was being questioned for a duplication crime, which meant that someone had been using his name in London. Now, the strong implication of this charge, the impostor may be engaging in a variety of serious crimes and other questionable behaviors, and that they would be documented in Obi's name. Since the impostor is still at large, the scenario is unimaginable, as Obi could be implicated in a number of illegal activities and even be framed in a way that could be a huge embarrassment to him, his family, his party, the Obidients movement, Obi Datti movement, and indeed Nigeria, where he currently and unquestionably remains the conscience of the people. Now, according to Vanguard, Obi Datti media office recalls that our principal, has been under all kinds of attack since the February 25th, 2023 presidential election, in which he put up an outstanding performance as the standard bearer of the Labour Party, coming third out of 18 contestants as announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. He continued. Many Nigerians have been reacting to this. Now, this is a bit of confirmation. We trust that, of course, there are no videos to what transpired in the Heathrow airport. That's simply because no one expected really something like this to have happened. But then, as at now, as we speak, Obi is in Nigeria. I think Obi attended some 5 hours ago, as the time of finding this particular news. Some 5 hours ago, Obi was in a condolence visit to one of his persons, of course Valentine also was there and all that, so he's in the country. And for some persons who are screaming, Obi was in London, he was in UK during the Easter holidays. He was in UK. He attended church service in London, in UK. So yes, he's in Nigeria right now, and some persons are screaming and shouting how true is that it happened. Okay, and this is quite another confirmation. We're trusting that hopefully we'll get a video press release on this. Hopefully we'll probably get you that as soon as we get a press release on that. But I think Obi would have preferred, personally, I know he would have preferred not to make it loud, but one of his confidants, he told, we're like, no, for your good, Nigerians ought to know. You are now a public figure. You're no longer that no, yes, you could be soft spoken, but you are the concern of Nigeria. Like somebody would say during the time Peter was campaigning, and we saw him in a boat, not even a speedboat, one local canoe in the name of trying to go and reach out to those Nigerians told them, look, if you see, we will sue you, even though you are we will sue you because your life no longer belongs to you, belongs to though God first, but also belongs to Nigerians, because it's through you Nigerians want to rule. So anything that happens to Peter Obi, Nigerians are involved. Nigerians want to know per time, and it's normal for Nigerians to react that way. But very quickly, for the second news, something happened some few hours ago that led the senator to quickly say something. I'm going to read it out very quickly. What he said is actually in parable, but those who know will know. He said, look, if you remove the supporters of Labour Party from Nigerians' political space, we all have the peace and tranquility we want, and the tyranny we don't want. Now, what he's trying to say is that the Obi Datti movement, the supporters of Labour Party, they are everywhere on social media. They're everywhere in the media space. They are shouting and screaming, our mandate, we must recover it. Our stolen mandate, we are not going to let it go. We must take it. INEC, whatever it is you have to give us our mandate. Say we should go to court, we have gone to court. In the political space of Nigeria, there seems to be no quietness. Everybody is talking. We can't wait for the legal battles to start. Let us know where are they going to get the. In fact, we have evidences. Now, if Nigerians and Obidients and supporters of Obi are not doing this, by now everyone will be quiet. And now he's now saying, but when there's that peace and quietness, then the tyranny that we are praying against, the tyranny that we do not want to ever see in this country, the tyranny that most Nigerians are scared of, we after a while will stop till it come. It will become a norm. It will become a way of life, and no one will be able to stop it. So, to a great extent, he's saying, the noise Obi that is making, continue so that tyranny, so at least a group of people are keeping this tyrant in check so that they don't exhibit that which they have in their system. Let's go wrap it up. Let's meet in our conversation. What's your take? Have a nice time.